Welcome back to another episode, everybody. Today we're going to be working on the scooter again. I know you guys got kind of excited about the Tau Tau Aero, and that is coming. It's going to wait a little while longer. I got some kind of big news. Pretty sure by the end of the month we're going to have a new throttle therapy headquarters for us to be working out of. That's really cool. That's really exciting. Now, in the last video for the scooter, I bought a flat slide carburetor, 21 mil. For this build. So this has got an 80cc big bore kit. If you guys haven't seen the videos before on our channel, for the carburetor I have the Nibby intake manifold. So I went ahead and bought this, and now I know you guys also mentioned that I need to port the head on the scooter so all of this air coming through doesn't have a lot of turbulence going into the combustion chamber. I get it 100%, that's gonna happen, but I don't have a good place to work on that right now. I don't want to do it out in a field, so I'm gonna wait until we get into a garage or someplace that's clean. There's no dust, there's no potential leaves or anything flying in there. Even though obviously I would clean it out, I want a clean space to work. But we're gonna just try and test and see what this carburetor can do without that. Without having to port the head. Can this be a better option than a stock carburetor? We're gonna toss the intake manifold in and try and get this thing dialed. Now, the carburetor came with a second set of jets, and I think I'm gonna play around with those because I think last time we were riding, it was breaking up on the top end. Maybe it wasn't getting enough fuel. So if these jets are bigger, I think they come with one bigger and one smaller, I would assume, and it comes with another needle. So we can actually play with the adjustable needle too and try and dial this carburetor in a little better and see if we can't get a little better top end out of this thing so it doesn't break up so much. And it also has a problem at the low end. Changing the jets around is probably going to be a good option. The scooter's been sitting just like this since the last time we worked on it. It did have the intake manifold on here, so not much really could fall in there, and you can see there's a lot of material here that we can actually like shave off. I'm gonna work at it with the Dremel when I do it. That's kind of where we're at. We're gonna try and dial it in, take it for a cruise, and see if, we notice any performance differences, if it goes faster, slower, if it's got better takeoff, if it's worse with takeoff. For the porting, since I've never done it before, if any of you guys have done that, can you leave some comments down below with some like tips or tricks on like the best way to do it, like prep for the head, taping or anything. I don't know. I'm gonna have to like do some research myself, obviously, but any information you guys could leave in the comments would be super helpful, so go ahead and do that. I thank you for that in advance. Hold on, before we get too far into this video, I gotta show you guys. See? New shirt. The back is even better. So for all of you scooter lovers, you should be buying this merch because you look way cooler, and I'll show you why in just 1 second. Hold on. Let me set the camera down. Can you read it? Can you read it? I'll get around, and it's a scooter. It would really help if you guys did go buy some merch. Everything kind of goes towards making these videos happen, and I'm doing it for you guys, and I appreciate you for even showing up, but I encourage you guys to go check out the merch. Everybody's gonna want these getting around shirts because we all get around, That's why you're watching this video, because you have a scooter probably and you want to get around, and then you could say it and let everybody know you get around, and also tell them where you got it. If you guys remember last video too that we worked on this thing, I didn't have an air filter. I bought an air filter, and we're gonna use this one because it's rad. Ooh, it's rad. It's rad. This one I think will work with the carburetor and fit. If not, I have a backup option that's a little bit cheaper. I'm gonna list these both in the description. It's just one of these little pod filters. Whichever one works the best, I'm gonna use as far as fitment goes, because really they're basically the same filter. This one just says rad. Let's put it on and see if it actually fits in there. I hope it does because it's rad. Do you think it'll make the scooter run better because it's rad? Okay, I'll stop. Only because it's rad. That's why I'm gonna stop. Ooh. Oh, it fits nicely. Yeah, that looks really good. One could almost say that it looks rad. The real test will be to see if this fits with the seat in there. Wow, that got really blurry. The seat's right here where the end of my finger is. If the seat doesn't fit in here, I'm gonna have to like turn this thing sideways so it points out that way, which I might just do anyway. So we got everything hooked up, new air filter on it. The vacuum lines are all plugged in. Everything is ready to go at this point and ride. I do know the battery is dead though. I left the key on for some reason. So I'm gonna have to go get the jump pack quick, grab a GoPro, and then what we're gonna do now is test it with the same jets that were in it before, because I want to get like a decent like baseline kind of idea of what it runs like now with the filter and the appropriate intake manifold, so it actually fits and isn't falling out. One more tip before I hop on this thing and go for a cruise. With the seat on this specific scooter, it is super close to that carburetor, so like if your seat's bigger than this one, it might push it down. Just keep that in mind. You probably will have to cut for some clearance. Right now, that actual the panel that sits in the bottom of the seat bucket thing, I have it out to fit this, but keep that in mind. It's something to think about if you're gonna go with this route. Okay, all right guys, you got the jump pack on down here, keys on. Let's not go anywhere. Is the battery that toast? Oh no, oh no, the battery is junk. We have a backup. I planned for this. Sort of, not really. I was able to take the battery out of the TOW Aero. How did you get off of the thing? So, puppy's inside now, so that's great. We do have power now, that's good. It's a good start. Plenty of power too. Sort this out quick. Should probably get it started before I put the seat on. It might help. Okay. Wow, it idles really nice. Okay, I'll take it. I mean, it is idling a little low. Oh. But it runs, and we're low on fuel, so we're gonna have to make this quick. Oh, there's first cutout. Oh yeah, it does not like full throttle, that's for sure. I didn't test for speed on that run there. That's kind of not the goal. I want to get it to run smooth before I really start dialing it in. We're getting a lot of breakup up top, so I'm thinking it's not getting enough fuel. I could be wrong on that, but I'm thinking that's the case. So I'm going to take that carburetor apart and I'm going to put in the next biggest jet, and then we're going to go from there and try and dial it in. With very minimal tuning on the carburetor last time, it actually idled really nice just now, so that's a good sign. For the low end, it does kind of chug a little bit, I guess, on the low end. So, but right now we're going to focus on the higher RPMs and see what we can do with that. So I'm going to take it apart, toss in this other jet, and then we're going to take it for another cruise. Hopefully I don't run out of fuel today, because I don't have any more in the garage and we're at like a quarter tank. And with this carburetor, it drinks the fuel. So we're going to try and make these runs somewhat short. Here is the jet that came out, and it is a 100. So I checked the kit here that came with the carburetors, and it has a 105. So we're going to stick the 105 in there and then give it another test run. I'm just going to mess with the main jet today and leave the other one for another day. I'm running short on time, and I don't have a ton of fuel left, so I want to be able to just dial in the upper end today. I'm going to do the other jets when we port the intake, and I figure we're probably going to need more fuel anyway when we do that, just because it's going to be a bigger opening and we can make more power, more air, more fuel, more power, right? That's how it works. So I have hope. I always have hope every time I do something. I hope this scooter will end up doing like 150 miles an hour for some reason. In my brain I'm like, oh dude, change the spark plug. Yeah, extra 30 miles an hour, duh. Anyway, let's put this stuff back in. Oh, it'd probably help if I hook the fuel back up, right? Oh, the air filter came apart. Oh my gosh. I don't condone this air filter now. Don't buy the rad one. It is literally not rad. It came apart. Okay, well, we're gonna stick it back on there and hopefully it makes it. Okay, we're gonna attempt to run this thing. I haven't set the idle, so I guess we're just gonna give her the beans right away, you know? Alright, bigger jet, here we go. Oh yeah, oh my, okay. It's breaking up more, but I think I think it's because there's not enough fuel in the tank. I think it's just skimming over the top of like the fill hole, which is causing like gaps in fuel to be going into the carburetor. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. I think that's what's happening, but I don't have fuel right now, so we're gonna have to test it on a different day, guys. I'm really sorry about that, leaving you on this fun cliffhanger of no fuel, but we are gonna be back with more fuel. We're gonna be back with the Tao, and it's gonna be awesome. You guys remember, if you wanna go support the channel, buy some of this merch. It looks sweet. Black shirt with the white logo. Dude, it's just clean, and it says I get around. Who doesn't want that on a piece of clothing, letting people know? We'll see you next time, hopefully in like a new Throttle Therapy headquarters. Well, maybe not. I'm probably gonna make some content between now and then. We got a little bit, but anyway, new headquarters coming. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Also, snowmobile engine in that thing. If you guys haven't seen the video for the Tao Aero, go check it out. So I went to a private track day, and if you guys don't know, like, my main source of income is videography and photography. So you know, I shoot like snowcross and done a little bit of off-road stuff, nitro rallycross. Recently I did one. The thumbnail is this Porsche, and that was one of the cars there at the private track day that I went to, and it was sweet. I got some awesome photos, and I got to, you know, kind of get myself into that little crowd of people. I'm gonna continue trying to do that stuff, and I'm just curious if you guys would be interested in seeing that. I know this is a scooter video, so usually those ones do a little better. If that's something you guys are interested in, let me know. If that's something you guys would watch, I would love that, because it kind of breaks up the scooter stuff. I do a lot of the scooter stuff, but it's not everything that I do, and I want to bring you guys along for those cool adventures, you know, and those cool jobs that I get to do, because not everybody gets to see that stuff. So I want to share it with you guys because I think it's cool, and it probably means some of you guys think it's cool. As always, guys, I appreciate you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.